Hello and welcome to this lesson on public IPs. In Azure, public IPs are available in two SKUs, Basic SKU and Standard SKU. Also, we distinguish whether the public IP is statically allocated or dynamically allocated. Static allocation means that our IP address stays the same whether or not the VM is running. In contrast, a dynamic IP would only display an actual IP address when the VM is running. And this IP address could change when we turn the VM off and on again. We can switch between static and dynamic allocation, but this will reboot the VM. So what is the difference between basic and standard SKU then? Well, Windows VMs always require a standard SKU public IP address. Linux VMs can be used with either basic or standard SKU IPs. Also, standard SKU IPs only support static allocation method. So naturally the question arises whether basic SKU IPs are less valuable than standard SKU IPs. But this is not so, because some Azure services, such as Application Gateway and VNet gateways, they require dynamically allocated public IPs. And this is only available in the basic SKU. We can also customize some connection settings, such as the idle timeout for connections, which by default is 4 minutes. Here are some basic commands on how we can check the IP configuration of a VM once we are logged in. And here are some basic commands how we can find out more about operations we can perform on a public IP address. Okay, so that's it for this lesson on public IPs. Let's continue to the next one. Bye bye.